Second.
I would like item 3 pulled at this point.
Okay, Madam Chair.
There's a procedural issue there.
Understood. Then I would change my motion to include items 1 and 2 on the addendum.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve items 1 and 2. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. As it relates to item 3, there's a problem with this particular item because there's a board resolution 1991-90, and in order to approve this item, we would have to amend that resolution to remove the specific term language. Sitting members of the Pima County Fair Commission may be removed only for cause prior to the expiration of the 4-year terms for which they were appointed. So in order to approve item 3, we would have to amend Resolution 1991-90 before we can move on. So that would, and we can't do that today, that has to be noticed. So that would have to be put on the agenda for our next meeting. And should the resolution be approved, then we could proceed with item 3.
Madam Chair, may I ask some questions and where the confusion came from?
Certainly.
When we look at the background on what document governs the Pima County Fair Commission, what comes up is the amended and restated bylaws of the Southwest Fair Commission. And that, I've looked at it and I've been looking into it. I guess my question to Mr. Huckleberry is, what is the distinction between the Southwest Fair Commission and the Pima County Commission? And this is actually online. If you go to the Pima County Fair Commission, this is the governing document. We found these other documents that date back to 1974 when the Pima County Fair Commission was actually dissolved, and up through 1990, as you discussed. And they were dissolved in 1974, and it was brought back in 1986 with another one where the Pima County Fair Commission was reappointed, but it still says the governing document is the Southwest Fair Commission, Inc., and that's where the confusion comes in. And the Southwest Fair Commission said they can be removed with or without cause. So if we could get some clarification, are they two separate entities? The board members are the same, number one. And number two, I'd like to see if they are two separate entities, then these documents removed off the Pima County website as a governing document and get the actual documents on there that do govern this board, because these other ones were not on there for the Pima County Fair Commission. So that's where the confusion came in.
Okay, so can we let's continue this, and then in our next meeting we'll get the clarification, and if necessary you can put language on to amend Resolution 1991-90. Is that
I'd just like to know, are they two separate commissions?
Okay.
They're not.
Yeah, Madam Chair and Supervisor Miller, I really haven't looked into, the genesis and the history of the Fair Commission in quite a while.
Okay.
I know we've transitioned from a lease to a management agreement and back and forth over 20 and 30 years, so it's going to take a little bit of research.
Okay, so I
Just
agree
move to
that we'll just
continue
move it to the next agenda.
Will it get something resolved one way or the other, and whether we need to place
whether
okay,
that comes
fine.
back or
Then
Madam
we
Chair.
will, if there are no objections, we'll continue this to our next meeting. Supervisor Carroll.
Madam Chair, I do believe it would be imperative to circularize your memo agenda and your item back over to the Fair Commission itself, the Southwest Fair Commission, prior to discussing it at the dais again, if I could. Thank you very much.